Well, hello, my lovely dishers. It is time to dish with D. Thank you for clicking on this video and making yourself a priority. It is Saturday. I don't know when you're watching this video, but I am filming on Saturday, and it is weigh-in and meeting topic du jour day here on the channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, at the end of this video, if you like what you see, I highly recommend subscribing to this channel. Hit that notification bell right next to it and become part of the community. We are waist watching warriors, and we have a little bit of fun and friendship here. So if that is something you're interested in, then consider subscribing. D, did you go in the rain today? It's raining, pouring buckets here in the Northeast. And, oh, I should say, I always say Northeast, but I'm actually Southern New Jersey, which is still Northeast part of the country. And it's been raining since yesterday. And we're talking deluging downpours. And yes, I am a sugar plum. Sorry, not sorry. So I did not go into studio today. I did get weighed here, and my scale weighs me 1 pound less than WW's. I know. I don't like that either. I like what my scale said. But my scale did give me a win this week, and it kept me the same. So that's a huge win, the same. If I did a video the other day, I believe it was Wednesday. I will link it in the cards up here. It talks a lot about how we put so much emphasis on the scale, and weight is a variable. Somebody backed me up on that one. Weight is a variable. And maybe it wasn't on the video. Maybe it was on my vlog. I do morning vlogs on my Facebook group. If you haven't joined my Facebook group, there's a link down below, Dish with D's Crew. Come join us. Like I said, fun, friendship, and mega support here. Not just me, everybody is fabulous. So if that is something that you need, if you need a community, we're here for you. Might have been yesterday's ramblings. I call my vlogs ramblings because it's a 10-minute little chat. One of those two spots I mentioned about weight is a variable. You can get on it 10 minutes later, it could be different. You can get on it a half an hour later, it could be different. It's fluctuating. So I think a lot of us get discouraged because we put so much onus on that number. Like, oh my God, I had a great week. Why is that say I'm up a pound? Doesn't mean you gained a pound. It just means at that particular time, that's what you weigh. You know, we're full of fluids. We're full of a lot of things, gas. You know, we're full of a lot of things in our body. So, you know, and depending on how you even stand on the scale, do you ever notice if you kind of like go to the left, go to the right, it kind of fluctuates? So if you've had a good week, and you have to know though, you can't say, yeah, I had a good week, and you really didn't. If you know you had a good week, if you had the best week you could, be proud of that. And, you know, keep chugging. I know. You want that pat on the back? I'll give you the pat on the back. You had a fabulous week. You tell me and I will give you that pat on the back. Because the scale doesn't always give it to you. It doesn't. That doesn't mean your week was bad. It just, you know, and that scale number, remember, Weight Watchers gives us 2 pounds at our goal weight. Because they know it can fluctuate. If it fluctuates down, it doesn't matter because you're still within your point, your goal. But if it fluctuates up, you're kind of going to get, oh my God, are they going to throw me out? No, because they know. That just tells you right there, they know you could be up 2 pounds, technically, but really not be up 2 pounds, technically. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if we ever get an accurate reading of our weight. I really don't, because it fluctuates. So you could be within a few pounds, so don't ever get discouraged. You know, it is a variable. And like I said, you can go to the bathroom and change. You know, you would think to yourself, that's not a lot. And what you all of a sudden you see the thing, it's just, I know. You have to get to that mindset. You do. And that comes over time of working the program correctly and getting that and knowing that you did the best you could. And then all of a sudden you see that it'll just fly down and you're like, ooh, you know. That's where the whoosh effect comes from, because it comes from the fact that at that particular time, you got on the scale at the right time. I wish we knew what the right time was. You know, we don't. You know, it's just kind of hit or miss. You know, you just have to live your life. And that's why I always try to tell you, don't define that scale. You have to keep living. You know, don't on a diet, to be on a lifestyle, eat the right things. And let's see what they have to say before I can go on and on about what I have to say. But let's see what WW has to say. Say yes to carbs. I like that. You know, I love carbs. Carbs are life, because they are. Nicole, I like Nicole. I don't know about you, but I like Nicole. Nicole, you rock. If I didn't tell you that yet, you do, because I've loved your topics. And I don't know if we've had a topic, have we? Remind me if I've done this already, but I don't know if I felt like we've ever truly talked about carbs like this. Repeat after us. Carbs are not the enemy on a weight loss program. Have I not said that a million times? But people blame carbs. They do. I will say carbs at an older age, like I would say over 50-ish, tend to be processed a little bit differently than they did when we were younger. So I think that's like where all adult onset diabetes comes from, the fact that we cannot process carbs as we used to. It's just an age thing. You know, it's not something that's just something wrong with us. It's just something that, you know, our body gets old and sometimes things don't always work the way they used to. You know, that's, you know, you could put all the skincare and get all the plastic surgeries and all the things and look younger, but inside our bodies are the same. So, you know, it is what it is some days. You have to, that's why sometimes the scale gives us that, because we just don't process carbohydrates like we used to. You know, let's see what she has to say. You need them to fuel your body. Carbohydrates give us energy. I mean, in moderation. I mean, you can't sit there and, you know, eat your face off of carbs either. So there is always a balance. Here are some personal point-friendly inspiration for incorporating the essentials micronutrients. Try adding one or more to your routine this week. Try this. Let's see how many of these I eat. Breakfast, oatmeal. Yes, we all know Dee loves her oats. But again, there's having oatmeal and then there's having oatmeal. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a serving of oatmeal, I'm trying to go back to a third cup. I think a half cup might be too much carbohydrates for me right now. So I'm going to cut back to a third. We'll see how it works, because I don't want to be hungry. But maybe if I cut back to a third and I just throw a mid-morning snack in, that's, you know, would make up for maybe though I did do a third, I was pretty good because I did add a little bit more oatmeal. I mean, yogurt. Whole grain English muffins with eggs, avocado, or nut butter. Another thing that's not the enemy is nut butter. Nut butter is high in fat. Yes, it is definitely a highly pointed thing. But again, you're not having like 2 tablespoons of 6 points, Dee. Who says you should have 2 tablespoons? Light bulb, light bulb. You know, go to 1 tablespoon. Yes, it's 3 points, but it is a nice, satiating, filling, delicious thing. And if you have it on maybe a 2-point muffin, or maybe throwing, or if you're having it in your oatmeal, you could throw a little bit less because it'll spread. Or you know what? I'm all about powdered peanut butter. I think that's a great little low point option. Non-fat Greek yogurt with berries. Yes, but serving size of the non-fat, I believe, don't quote me, but I believe it's a 3/4 of a cup is a serving. You don't free pour in a bowl if it's a 0-point food. Oh yeah, it's 0 points. I'm going to have, you know, no, you can't. You shouldn't. And that just comes with knowing how to eat. And I think if we are on a weight loss journey, we should not have unlimited amounts of anything, even fruit. Lunch, a quinoa bowl. I love quinoa. I do. And I do not eat enough of quinoa. I love quinoa. It's very high in protein too. Salad with roasted chickpeas. Oh, just a salad with chickpeas. I have a recipe. I don't know if there's a video for it. There might be. It was a lunch. It was a chicken. I think it was Skinny Taste. And you made a lemon vinaigrette, and there was chickpeas in there, and there was sliced onion and celery and hard-boiled eggs. It was phenomenal. It was so good. I love throwing just plain, not even roasted, but plain chickpeas in my salad. Roasted chickpeas, they had a crunch. So if you want a crouton option, air fry some chickpeas and throw them on your salad. Sandwich with a whole wheat tortilla. There's a lot of whole wheat tortillas out there. Whole wheat, yes, it is a carbohydrate. It is a better option of a carbohydrate than a white flour. So if you want to go with anything bread-wise, you definitely should go for the whole wheat option. Still should be, you know, it's not like, oh, it's whole wheat, I'm going to eat as much as I want. No, I wish I could sit there and tell you, eat as much as you want. I really wish I could, but moderation. Snacks, banana with peanut butter. My gosh, you know what you can do? You can get one of those Olay wellness wraps and then spread peanut butter. Again, know how much you could do, maybe 2 teaspoons. You could do a tablespoon. You can do a serving of powdered peanut butter for 1 point, reconstitute it. Now, if you're not a powdered peanut butter fan, let me know. I remember to link my 101 on powdered peanut butter, because there's different options to reconstitute it. Like, yes, you could use water like they tell you. I prefer using like the nut milks, the skinny syrups, pancake syrup, anything liquidy that you really like. Jim Beam. Every constant peanut butter. And then sometimes, I think with cashew and almond, it needs a dash of salt because it's flat. And it really helps. Even if you find that it's just lackluster, throw a little bit of salt on top. Throw a dash of monk fruit on top. You'll see how it picks it up a little bit. Gives a little bit of something, something. And then you put the banana, the peanut butter, and you roll it in the tortilla. If bananas are your 0-point food, that's a really easy light snack. I wouldn't have it every day. You know me, try to spread out my different things. Make variety. Hummus with veggies. Oh my gosh, I love hummus with veggies. I make I guess it's still 0 points. I'm still back on Freestyle Personal Points Blue Plan. I apologize. That's where my mind always is. That is my plan of choice. So I really go to those points. I make a 0 point on that plan, hummus. It's just chickpeas, yogurt, lemon juice, garlic, and a little bit of olive oil, like a teaspoon and maybe a little bit of water to thin it out. It's so good. You can make your own hummus for extremely low in points. You're paying what? A tablespoon a point, I think, for commercially made hummus. But you make my hummus. I'm telling you, it's delicious. Whole grain crackers with cheese. Cheese is a hard one because we try to save points with cheese because cheese is a killer in points. The fact that my string cheese went up to 2 points devastated me. But I still do like the Laughing Cow cheese, the wedge. You can get a whole wedge still for 1 point. The Baby Bell Light went up to 2. Again, broke my heart. Now you can make your own crackers. Now I love the Mary's Gone crackers. Go to your local, if you have a Trader Joe's, not so much Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Sprouts, those kind of stores, and just go in the cracker aisle and just scan and see where you get the best bang for your buck on crackers, because crackers can go all over the place. They can. But I love the Mary's Gone crackers. They're seed crackers, and they're just different, and they're seedy and they're crunchy. You know, I make my own crackers with the lavash bread. My gosh, you get a whole lavash. It's 2 points. You make crackers. In fact, I'm making them for tomorrow for Mother's Day because we're going to a winery, and we're going to bring a little charcuterie, and I would like to have crackers that I could really scarf down and not worry about. So I'll make myself a little pile of lavash crackers. And you put on top what you want. Everything: bagel, rosemary, garlic. You can even make them sweet and savory, like sweet or savory. You can do like cinnamon and monk fruit. So good with a fruit salad. Oh my gosh. All right, dinner. I talked too long about carbs. Whole wheat pasta with chicken sausage. Now, I could eat the whole wheat pasta with chicken sausage. Your girl cannot do whole wheat pasta with tomato sauce. Just kidding. But if you can, then you should definitely do that. It's a great option to have the whole wheat pasta. It's technically, and I'm going to put it out there, you're only saving a point versus the other pasta. Unless you get that carbonara or the fiber gourmet. They're much lower in points, but you have to decide what you like. Again, what do I always say? What you're willing to sacrifice, what you're willing not to sacrifice for points. But you have points to use, so use them on the foods that you want to use them on. And don't, if you're eating foods you're really not enjoying and you're just leaving points in the bank, yeah, there's a problem there. Stir fry with brown rice. Now, I've always had brown rice. When I was 270, I just like the flavor of nutty brown rice. So that's always a win for me. But again, you're not saving many points with it. If you're thinking, I think it's, again, a point difference between the brown and the white, or it might even be the same, but you're going here nutritionally, it's better. Point-wise, it might not be. So you have to decide whether nutrition, points, what's the balance, Salmon with roasted potatoes. I do not eat enough potatoes, and I am definitely been working on that. My next, I do a challenge here on my channel. I'm doing a 6-week swing into summer challenge because summer's going to be here in like a month. So we're doing 2-week increments of something we wanted to work on. And I'm thinking maybe next time might be like more plant-based potato root vegetable kind of thing I might want to work on. The first 2 weeks I worked on eating more 0-point foods because I don't eat enough of those. And this 2 weeks is water. I feel like you can't work on everything together. I think it gets to be overwhelming. So I just break it down and do one thing for 2 weeks, whatever it is you need to work on. Tracking, water, vegetables, exercise. You pick one of those and that's what you focus on. Let's dive a little deeper. Carbs are an essential part of a healthy pattern of eating. Truth. Myth. Carbs are bad. You shouldn't eat them. False. carbs are not bad. In large amounts, yes, they could detriment, your metabolism, your weight loss. Carbs get a bad rap thanks to Atkins and keto. But let's not forget the one important thing: carbs are power our brains and body and give us energy to do the things we love. Anything in moderation is always okay. I think because we tend to overdo everything, food wise, because that's why we're on Weight Watchers, isn't it? Because we just have a problem with food. And it's all right to say that. It's not, something wrong to say I have a problem with food. I admit I have a problem with food. I have a problem with portions. I consider myself a food addict. And I know some people find that a little bit harsh, but I feel like when you can't be trusted with a bag of Doritos, there's a problem. Somebody should be able to hand me a bag of Doritos opened, but you can't. So there's a problem. Sure, there are different types of carbs. We're not saying that fettuccine Alfredo and Greek yogurt with blueberry pack the same nutritional punch. They're all on the menu with WW. They might even be on your personalized 0-point food list. Bottom line, carbs can absolutely support you in your journey unless, of course, you're allergic. Then by all means, steer clear. So shake off that hesitation and try adding different sources of carbs throughout the day. You might even find a new favorite snack. Definitely. Like you said, it's all about portions, really. Everything is on the menu. But I don't feel like they really run that home that, you can. She said it in a kind of generic way. We can't eat our faces off. Yes, non-fat Greek yogurt is a 0-point food for some of us, but that doesn't mean you can have the whole, I buy mine in 32-ounce containers. Could I sit there and eat the whole 32-ounce container? No. My advice is when you look up something, they don't even, you don't realize when you scroll down on that food, there's nutritional information on there. There's portions. It tells you how, what is the portion of that? Half a cup, 3/4 of a cup. So be mindful of that. So if you're having the fat-free cottage cheese, that's 0 points for you, know what a serving is of it. Don't just sit there and, it's a 0-point food. I can have you can't. And I'll be the first, maybe they don't say it enough. I will be the one that says it. You cannot have as much as you want. Everything is on the menu in moderation, in their serving size. Repeat after me. I could have it within the serving size. You can. But that is something, it's hard for us to learn. We didn't get here because we had serving sizes. If only. No, we got here because we just ate what we wanted. And that is retraining yourself to stop. Okay, like I'm trying to do this when I eat. If I'm done being, like you go into a meal, you're hungry. If I'm eating, all of a sudden I'm not hungry anymore, stop, push it away, pack it up. I tend to put my plate in the sink now because if I leave it there and just push it away, I'll go back. It has to be away from me. And I tend to be the last one to eat because I do it on purpose, because if you're the first one done, then you still want to eat because they're still eating. So you try to go a little bit slower, let them all finish, and then you finish, and then you don't feel the need to go back, because that was a problem as well. I was a very quick eater, so I'd always be, so I'd be, okay, I'm done, we go get some more. No, not allowed. All right, what's the recipe du jour? There isn't one? I don't see. I didn't go to my meeting to get my card, but there's always a recipe. It just says recipe of the week. Monthly theme, myth busting. Okay, this is myth busting week. There's no recipe. Okay. Does you ever feel overwhelmed by health or wellness advice on social media or in your family group chats? Do this. Don't do this. Wait, actually do this. Everyone self-proclaimed expert with so-called magic fixes. And it can seem impossible to know what to do and what to believe. Except here at Weight Watchers, we actually are experts. We have a team made up of behavioral science, registered dietitians, psychologists, and research vetting our program. This program, we're cutting through with all the noise and science-backed truth to help you find solutions that work for you. So instead of letting misinformation steer you off course, stay tuned for proven strategies that can help you move forward. But they never mention moderation. They never mention portion control. They're there. They're almost there. And only because I've been on this plan that I consider myself one of their experts. I think if you're on a plan long enough and you're successful and you lose, you get to goal because you've, like I said, never expected to get there. So the fact that I'm here, I do consider myself an expert. But like I said, what works for me might not work for you. You have to also understand that. I give advice that I chose. That doesn't mean you need to figure it out. That's why it's a journey and learning. And you'll figure out what your path is. But I'm here to help you any way I can. And I'm here to give you advice. And, if you need, a sounding board and stuff, that's what I am here for. I don't ever expect people to listen to 100% what I say because they said it worked for me. Might not work for you. But maybe you could pull certain things out of it and make your own little way. And like I said, you will if you keep up, if you keep at it, if you keep going to your meetings, going to your virtual workshops, you will get there. But remember, you're not perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be 85 to 90% on plan most of the time. And you need to watch your portions. You need to record everything and don't eat something and say, oh, everything counts. It does. Sad but true, it does. Put it in your tracker. Don't be embarrassed because it's life and you ate it. And who cares that you didn't plan to eat that piece of cake and you did? Put it in your tracker and move on. Do not feel bad about wanting to eat something. Next time, try to eat less of that. And I always try to say that if you want a big piece of cake, have a small piece of cake because you're giving yourself the cake that you want. Sometimes the yearn for something makes it seem so much more palatable than it really is. So if you fit in a small piece, you might not want the big ass piece that you want. Life's all about choices and we make them and we're adults and we have to live with them and own them. So putting it in our tracker makes us accountable. And the more you do it, and the easier it gets. It does. If I could sit here and track like I do, I know you can do that. Make your way your way. Create your forever. And I'm here to help. Guide you as best I can. So thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, there's a subscribe button right down there. Join our community of waist watching warriors. We meet here on the channel Sunday through Thursday, 7 p.m. for a live talk it out chat. That's what it's all about. It's, throwing your ideas out there, throwing your problems out there. I'm having a bad week, and sometimes saying it to somebody else helps. So that's what we're here for. So come join us. Doesn't cost you anything, but you have to be subscribed. And if you need us 24/7, the Facebook group Dish with D's Crew is listed down there below as well. And come join us there on Facebook. I am giving away an air fryer. If you haven't already entered, the giveaway is tomorrow. There's still time. I will link the link to go see it's with Ace Cools. They're the one running the giveaway. It's a 2-quart, cute little adorable air fryer. It's perfect for one. So if you want to win an air fryer, or try it, be eligible to win the air fryer. Only one person will win, but you can't win if you're not entered. And you go to their website and you put all the information that they want. They want you to follow them, subscribe to their newsletter, yada, yada, yada. Remember, you do it once to enter, and if you don't want to stay on there, you just unsubscribe. I do that all the time. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will dish with you another day. Have a great Mom's Day tomorrow if you see this before that.